you can actually make it happen. I can't imagine just, not trying to do this. It's something you would always regret. If I did this for a few years and it totally didn't work out, I would not regret any of it. I would just be happy, that I tried it for a while.
That's always the goal, you know what I mean? Definitely, getting support is the goal. Because without support, it's hard to survive. It's hard to tour. It's hard to make music. It's hard to record. But for me, that's not the goal on this tour. This tour is just to get your music out there and travel and have fun. And, hopefully the kids remember you.
I guess we all would have started back in the summer of '99. It just started out. Ed was drumming with just John on guitar. They'd just get together, kind of come up with some new sounds.
Ed and I sort of decided we wanted to play together, figuring that Paul would probably sing if we got something.
And then Ed and I, and John, thought we'd just take it to another level.
I was in Ottawa. I think it was just at the end of school when exams were. This was last year in April. And I was on ICQ and I was talking to Ed. I really didn't know Ed at the time.
And I loved his playing, so I wanted him to be a part of this.
And then I brought John out and we fooled around for a bit.
Nick was asked to jam by Ed and John, right? So I just got these timbali drums and they said, well, you just come out too, we'll make it fun.
And we played maybe 2 shows, and then I knew Jeff for about 9 years. And then I asked him, would you like to jam with us? But then I talked to Jonas, who I saw play, and I walked up to him and I asked him if he wanted to jam with us sometime. And he gave me a card. I called him this one night and asked him to jam with us. And so we jammed.
It's probably about 6 to 8 weeks of sort of coming together, maybe even a little bit longer than that. Then we've been in that format since then, rocking and rolling.
The best way for us to look at it, this is our first real tour. This is either going to make us or break us. We've been to Montreal, we've made the rounds before, but we've never gone all the way coast to coast. This is 3 weeks, we'll play 14 to 16 shows, might pick up a couple on the way. 7 guys in one van, might get a little hairy. We'll see. If they come back without killing each other, then we know it was a success.
We just sort of got together and played sort of a half-assed gig around Christmas time, and we loved it, and everybody just sort of decided that we wanted to try and get into sort of practicing on a more regular basis and maybe scoring some more gigs.
We all knew there was something special there, because we'd only been together for that summer and things were going really smoothly and we were all getting along. Just started getting things rolling. He's like, this is bullshit, you know what I mean? We got a great band, and there's no way, no reason why we shouldn't try to do something with it.
It made so much sense by the time I actually made the decision, over probably a month and a half period, that it would be stupid for me to keep going to school and pass up this opportunity.
The amount of work people were putting into it wouldn't have made it worth not being serious about it, not trying to record and get an agent together and get a bunch of gigs and organize things like this and touring around.
Like, I'm 100% about becoming a better bass player, but most importantly, I'm 100% about making this band better and seeing what it can be.
These guys are gonna have to go up to the next town. We got no service here. Get a shot. Yeah, what's up? Or
Should we call CA to come, like, can't they tow that, or?
where the hell are we? Yeah, we have no idea
We're
where
at-
we are.
Yeah, we do.
Are these black flies?
Question is, close the door on the van. We don't want those black guys getting you guys.
I mean, you do business with people, you expect them to give you quality, it doesn't come through, it kind of sucks, you know?
Well, that's model life.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not bitching, man, I'm just expressing.
Like, we might have to send people up to Kenora or call Kenora and get U-Haul to bring us a trailer from Kenora, probably. You never know. Yeah, I'm hoping CA will be kind enough to do this, but I don't think they're legally obligated. Because it's instrumental. I mean, there's a lot going on in the jam. Every jam is different. You know, like a jam concert is always different. And it's always interesting. Always keeps you thinking and listening, you know, you don't get bored of it.
Anything out of it if you don't like listen to it closely, because the whole thing is just the flow of the song and how the music moves like through the song. If you can't pay attention to the entire song, then not only will you not get it, but you'll probably like really not like it, because the only things that'll catch your attention if you're not listening to the entire song is the parts where it gets completely crazy and out of hand, which if you had been listening to the entire lead up to the song, you would find very interesting and cool.
A lot of people just don't understand it, and it's kind of cheesy to do this, but I was thinking it would make our job so much easier if somehow we could just subtly tell people over the microphone what's going on. You say, listen, like, this is all improvisational. It would add a whole new dimension to their perception of the show.
We played shows before where the bar will be full and the people will all be sitting down, but they're all watching and they're all listening, and they clap and cheer or whatever at the end of the songs and the end of the sets. And I have no trouble being into it, you know what I mean? Just because there's not anybody dancing right in front of me. If I know the people are listening, that's all I really care about.
When I go into a room and I see a crowd, if they look like they're going to be a sedate crowd, I try to work it personally harder without asking them to work harder. I just try to look like I'm having the best possible time I can. And 9 times out of 10, it's only an eventuality before they catch that vibe and give it back to you. And so you're transferring energy. You're pulling what the little energy that they're giving you, using yourself as a transformer, and then force-feeding the energy back to them. And people are very reactive to that. I don't know, I live for those smiles. There's no other reason for my existence other than to see people happy like that.
The band broke down, and we had to get a tow to Regina, and there was only two seats in the tow truck, so Jonas and I were the ones who went there.
He said that worst case scenario, it is the cam, which means we need a rebuilt engine. But best case scenario, it's something as minor as a fuel filter, which would only cost us about $20 and about an hour's labor at the most. So it could go either way.
When we got to Regina, we were very hungry. It was late at night, so we just went to this Chinese restaurant.
I honestly think that drinking beers isn't a big deal around this part of Canada.
What?
I mean, like, not as big as it is in Ontario.
Just like in a vehicle?
In the United States. Because there's nothing to run into.
And I'll just leave it at, the egg rolls are very, very hot. And
everybody's gonna be cool.
There were sardines in the egg roll.
Something the cops pull us over in the van.
So I'll leave it at that.
It's hot now.
Yeah, that's not gonna be cool.
I don't like waiting for things, you know what I mean? If something, I like to be there and know what's going on and not be like sitting in a hotel room in Indian Head waiting for a phone call, you know? Like, that would just, my nerves be going crazy. So I'm glad I was there and I knew what was going on.
You might as well just go and get some breakfast or something, man.
Yeah, how long did he say?
He said he didn't know there's 8 carryovers from last night. So, or from yesterday, I should say. So they have to be cleared up before they can start on anything new.
Really?
Yeah. Do what we can, man.
I'm kind of personally attached to Van Boogie. It was Jonas and I's responsibility to get the van. And we had no money, right? So we got, I think, the best deal that we could have gotten.
Is there another shop that we could take it to?
Well, these guys sounded like they knew exactly what was going on.
Oh, what, you told him the problem?
Yeah, and they wanted a full rundown before they even looked at it.
And what did he say?
Said, well, it sounds to me like it's just a fuel filter. Hopefully we'll be able to do it for you real quick. I gave him my situation too, and he seemed pretty sympathetic.
Yeah? So, I have no problem with Van Boogie because we have no money. So, we can't get anything else.
Well, me much more happy. It was the fuel filter. Everything's fine.
Yeah? Oh, that's great. Want to make the phone call?
Well, when you guys get over there, get the number and give us a call, man.
Touring costs so much money. So expensive. And, you know, you can't look at it that way, but money is, you know, number one. If you don't have money, then you can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? You can't pay for gas, you can't eat. So in my opinion, I would have liked to, you know, saved up a little bit of money.
I mean, the band took us here and it took 7 months to do, and that's unbelievable to me. And within 7 months, an album and a bunch of other shit like this, and ending up here on a rock, on a beach on Spray Lake, you know, in 7 months just blows me away. Totally.
Yeah, as of the rate we're going, it's very fast. And I think that's the only way you can do it, you know what I mean? If it's going fast, just roll with it. You know, just keep going. Hopefully things will go all right.
Power assist shot.
Where's that?
The power assist is the black thing right behind the master cylinder. The master cylinder is actually not a cylinder on modern cars. It used to be a cylinder, but it's no longer a cylinder, it's a square.
Something wrong with the back brakes. The drums on the back brakes this time. There's no pressure. It's all like mechanical. There's nothing helping it out. It pretty much goes to the floor. We don't want that in the mountains.
Because the mechanicals are working, right?
You want to take it off and bleed the brakes?
Yeah, like it wouldn't hurt, you know, do the 2 fronts. Try it, and if they feel any better, well, we know that's what it is, and if it's not, well, hey, you know, you're fucking hooped on something else.
Or should we fucking take it to Calgary?
Well, avoid driving the fucking thing at all costs right now, man. The fucking brake's pretty much shot.
Kuma, what are you doing, buddy?
Run over.
Fuck, man, we're not making Victoria now.
We're trying to make it to Victoria for a show tomorrow night. But, I don't know. What is it, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock right now? I don't know if we're going to make it there or not.
Jam it.
Like I'm here right now, back in Canmore 2 years later, you know, because of the band that I play in. And we're an amazing clique of people. Like we get along great, you know. And I mean, yeah, I love those guys. And I mean, I haven't been happier, I don't think, ever than I am right now.
Nice man.
The fact that the van isn't working, it's more annoying than stressful, really.
Hang around with some wires. Right now we're just removing the old lines, being very stubborn.
I mean, because there's so much more down the highway to check out, you know?
When you're driving a
across the entire country, and you get to achieve one of your goals that you've set for yourself other than keep your machine rolling and get to the next location, it makes it a lot harder. And now that we have definitive goals in areas where we know we're stopping and we have shows booked and we're ready to go, I think that we'll be able to achieve a lot more. Musically, however, I think that all that tension really affected us in a good way. For some reason, a lot of musicians work well under stress, and when you're stressing, it bleeds out into your music. But for some reason, it doesn't bleed in a negative fashion like you would assume. Like you would think you were feeling down, the only thing you could play was the blues or something, right? But that's the opposite implication. The more down you feel, generally, the happier the music is that you play, because you're driving yourself in the opposite direction. You're doing the thing that you love in order to make yourself feel better. That was why people dug it so much, was because we were playing so hard. We were playing for life, you know, not just for love. I would work a steady 10-hour day. We were inside headliners installing 150-pound roof panels in buses. But that 10 hours a day was not anywhere near as hard as the 3 hours I can put in on a stage.
Thank you.
We pulled into, oh, I forget the name of the place that we pulled into. Well, because I wasn't there for very long, but anyway, we pulled into this place and we were just gonna get a hotel room. And for some reason I had perturbed Ed. I don't know what I did.
Have a seat there, Paul.
But I did something to perturb Ed and he started chasing me around the parking lot.
What's your postal code?
N3T, 6G.
I can't hear you.
N3T, 6G7.
6G.
And it was raining as well, so the pavement was a little wet. And Ed is very slow, so he couldn't catch me.
Would you say this is a work-related accident?
No.
Like the WCB?
I don't think so. I thought my arm was broken, and I